Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is sponsored by James Henson. I just wanted to let you know what's going on here. Jim actually asked me, could I work by myself? And I said, what? And he goes, I just want to put on my music and go in there and bust it out. And I was like, okay, you sure? And I was like, well, what about filming it? He's like, I'll set up the camera, I'll film it. And he did, and I'm so proud of him. What he's basically doing here is moving all of our china and crystal, mom's crystal and our crystal to the top of the buffet, because we have to move these two cabinets to get the next piece of furniture in here. Now, I will tell you, the second half of this video, he's pretty much just narrating it himself, which is great. He's talking to you while he's moving, just to give you guys some ideas and tips and talk to you about it. So thank you for being patient with him and me, and I appreciate everybody. Now, as you'll see when he's going to do this, he's going to show you basically his pieces. He doesn't talk about anything here. He just holds them up to the camera. So what we have basically is these two are actually media cabinets. They were sold as media cabinets. I got them online at like 7thavenue.com, I believe. That's where they came from. It could have been Montgomery Ward's, but that's the same company, just under different names. And when we first moved in, we were just looking for I was looking for a nice place to display the crystal that was protected. I wanted to be able to have my wine glasses clean and enclosed, but on display. And the H cabinet doesn't have any coverage from dust. So basically wanted to keep them in there, so if a company came, I could go into my cabinet and not have to really wash them before I put them back and keep them clean in there. So I found these media cabinets and I thought they were perfect. They're the same tone of wood. They're not exactly the same exact wood, but they're the same tone of wood as the rest of the furniture in this room. They were relatively inexpensive, and they were wide enough to hold all of the crystal that we had, including a crystal pitcher that I got for my wedding shower. Now, what we had on the top two shelves was, we have Jim's parents' wedding glasses, which is what he just held up. We had our wedding glasses as well as his grandparents' wedding glasses, which I thought that was very special to have those items together. Mom has some crystal that she's had since she got married. Very, very delicate champagne flutes and aperitifs. And then, oddly enough, we got white wine glasses when we got married. They're a different kind of cut crystal, but they're still very complimentary. And since they're actually a different glass, it actually worked out really, really well. So depending on what we want to have, is what we have to use, which is great. Now, on a regular basis, I will be honest with you, I use my Dollar Tree wine glasses for every Friday when I want to drink. I don't pull out the good crystal, but I don't have to worry about them getting chipped or broken. I'll just replace them. They were $1. But the stuff that's precious to me and precious to Mom, and we like to be able to use that on display and keep it nice and safe. So Jim's showing you his German glasses. When they lived in Germany, they would travel around to the different areas. They would find these different, basically souvenir type pieces. They each have like a little portrait of a village or a special site, like castle or something along those lines. And they're all like a cute little mural on these glasses. He's got some tumblers as well as some sort of wine glasses. So that's what he's showing you here. I don't know what any of them are, and it's hard to read them. I know there's one of them is Altlay, one of them is Neuschwanstein. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so forgive me if you're German and I just butchered the name of the castle. But that's what he's going to be showing you from time to time here. Now, what's in the H cabinet left is Mom's china, which again is another delicate piece that we have, pieces that will be moving. You don't really see him move that too much just because he never moves the camera. So you'll see it done though. And then also at the top of the H cabinet is where I keep my crystal cake plates. I have 3 of them. 2 of them were relatively inexpensive. I got them at thrift stores. They're just sort of the anchor hocking type of ones, or what's the other company that makes them? But they're the ones that, you know, you turn the cake plate over and it becomes like the dip and chip tray, or you could put the dome of the cake plate in there and it becomes a punch bowl. Like, it's one of those. I have two of those. And then one that I have that is much more delicate with a beautiful rose colored glass crystal base on the bottom. And I really love that too. It's like etched and everything. It's really pretty. I got that around the time we got married as well. But that's what's on top. So we'll have to find a home for them for the next foreseeable future. I will tell you, these are cake plates that I use. You probably never really saw me have leftover cake on the channel. But whenever I make somebody's birthday cake, we pull out one of these domed cake plates and keep it safe in there, as opposed to Tupperware, you know. What else do we have to take care of today? Oh, and there's also some in the bottom cabinet. We left the placemats. I just told Jim to put the placemats on the plastic shelves that are in the corner. Now, he'll talk to you about the furniture that we're going to be moving into the room, but that will be, I pray, will be today when you're watching this, or when I'm posting this, which is tomorrow from when I'm filming it. I'm really excited to just get finished. I think I mentioned it in a previous video that the stuff that we moved the other day is not permanently being moved there. It is just, some of it is temporary storage until we get the other pieces back in the room. We just didn't want to have a lot of really breakable things just out for accidents to happen, if that makes any sense, okay? So I'm really excited to actually get this new thing. I hope it works. Basically, when you have a design in your head, just like when you're doing crafts or DIYs, and you're not copying somebody's original design, you just like, I hope it works out. I hope it works out. So that's the stage we're in now, where I just hope it works out. I hope it works out. Jim will mention that we're going to do something with these portraits if they don't fit, but we talked about moving them anyway, just for display purposes. He wants to. We're going to make some Harry Potter DIYs hanging here, and then some of his Viking stuff. So we're just going to make this room more medieval looking, and the portraits don't really fit in with that just yet. So we're probably just going to store them in the dining room someplace, just out of the way, until, you know, Jim's taste changes from every couple of years. So I'm sure we'll be in the Viking swing of things for a couple of years, and then we'll take a break from that. But what else? The last thing we have to move out is the tall candle, excuse me, not candlestick, the tall lampshades. Nope, lamps, they're just lamps. We're going to bring them into our room because we're probably not going to move the chandeliers. We're talking back and forth about, do we want to, we're going to make a cute little seating area here in the bedroom, and the seating area will be under the chandelier. So we just decided maybe to leave them and take the little lamps with us. So we'll see. We can always change our minds, you know, obviously, but that's what the plan is for right now. He wants me to get him some lamps with some flickering lights to kind of look like torches, which I think would be really cool. So I was actually thinking of how to DIY them. So there is that. So organizing the crystal, keeping the crystal basically safe. And you can kind of see here a little bit better of how like things are displayed. It's displayed with a lot of open spaces, so there isn't really a ton, but there is enough for us to figure out where we're going to put it. And all the crystal from the two cabinets, including what's on top, did fit on the buffet perfectly. So that was really good. That worked out really well for us. I'm also really super excited that we're really getting close to the end of this office space. Pretty much when we get the furniture moved in and we get that storage set up, the only thing going to be left is really decor, is the last decorating part. And the last decorating part's actually like my favorite part, but seeing it finished would really, really be my favorite. The same thing with my room. I'm excited to actually keep going to get it done. I'm feeling better every day, and I'm trying to get my hands in the projects a little bit more each and every day, so that's good. Now, eventually this plastic, you can't really see it off to the left, this plastic storage thing I have on the left there, will be going as well. What it currently has right now is my picnic basket and my party pictures, pitchers, my 2-gallon mason jar dispenser situations, and such like that. Basically, platters for parties and stuff. So that's what's on the left. And we talked about once we get the long dresser in here, we'll probably have a place to store them better, which I appreciate. Because then we can put these plastic things away for the foreseeable future. Now I did tell you in the last video that we were going to keep them because we're probably going to use them in the utility room when we redo that space. But for now, we're just breaking them down, like basically the package that they gave in, and then wrapping them in tape and just setting them off to the side for now, which is good. Now the plan is still to have a garage sale. I don't know exactly what all, when we'll have it or what all we'll have sale-wise. It might just be, mostly clothes with a little bit of furniture, and might be a lot of kitchenwares. We haven't done the kitchen yet. So when all that happens, obviously we'll take you along every step of the way. So he's basically showing you the other half of the sets. When I set up these cabinets, I wanted them to be as mirrored as possible. So on the right side was the wife's glasses, on the left side was the husband's glasses, and so on and so forth. So half of the set of wine glasses from Germany were on the right, and half were on the left, including the shot glasses and the aperitifs and everything. Mom's crystal and our crystal. And the only things that were different were I only have one of the crystal pitchers that came with that coordinated with my wine glasses. So on the right, I have a crystal lamp from Party Light that basically just balances it out. So as far as the decorating is concerned, that's another thing to keep in mind. Jim said he might want to put some of his own sort of twist into these displays, but I think that if we're going for that first millennia, like 8th century to first millennia sort of time, up until the 1200s, we probably can just display some older stuff, and we'll see. He's got his opinions, I've got my opinions, and we usually would come together and we work together and we come up with something that we both will enjoy. This is primarily his space, so as much input as he has on my space is input that I'll have on his. He does ask me for decorating advice. He says that decorating is my strong suit, is what he turns to be for certain things, but I appreciate letting him just have his style and let him do what he wants, for the most part. Okay. Now, he's just going to finish this left cabinet, and like I said, you won't be able to see him work on the H cabinet much.
Good day, everybody. It is Friday still, or is it Thursday? Yeah, I think it's Friday. I don't remember. I got busy and my brain just kind of went, nah. Been busy in here, getting ready to just kind of move this big guy out of the way, and it's going to be heavy. It's going to probably take all my strength for the day, just to rotate. I've already moved the one side cabinet over here. The plan is, and of course all the stuff that was in the H cabinet is now all over my desk. That will not be that way by, I'm going to give it like 2 or 3 days, just because we're probably going to end up either resting Sunday or resting tomorrow and Sunday. I don't know. It depends on how I feel in the morning. Right now, I've got a little bit of strength and energy, so I'm just trying to do what I can. So you guys are now going to watch me manhandle a mahogany bookcase just so I can get this glass cabinet out. It's kind of wedged between the wall and that, but anyhow, here we go. What makes it a little bit easier to move this thing is because of the fact that it is on carpeting, and as soon as I can get it out of the grooves, of course now it's not going to be easy to move. As soon as I got it out of the divots that it was in, maybe it's easier for me to pull. Just gotta watch for these doors. plan is to get it out of this corner so we can move my long dresser out of our old bedroom and put it in here, which we'll use to store as much china and glassware as possible. Of course, I think we may have to go through it anyhow just to downsize some of it. Like I said, I do better pushing than I do pulling, because pushing is more upper body or lower body than upper body. As long as it doesn't go flying forward, I'll be fine. Just a little bit.
So this is it from my part of the voiceover. Jim's going to go ahead and finish up moving this. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and share and like and all the things. And thank you for joining us. And I'm so glad we were able to inspire some of you to get motivated. And as always, take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I must be going against the grain of the carpet. That's the downside of the carpeting. If you don't go with the preset grain or the way carpeting gets when it's made, it has a set direction. So if you go with the set direction, everything moves smoothly. If you go against it, yeah, like I'm going, the carpet is probably like this. So moving it this way is easy, but moving it this way, no, not so easy. Come on. There we go. Yeah, should be good enough to get the dresser in here and still be able to get this beast out. I suggested to Jerry to get this beast out before putting in the long dresser, but she wanted to get the beast moved in the room and out of the way of the dresser. Now I don't know how deep the dresser is this way, so if it doesn't come out past, I'd say this point, I should be able to maneuver it out the room. The fun part is going to be getting to the other side of the hutch. That's why I was trying not to put it all the way against the stuff that I got stacked up over there. But I should be able to get to the other side of the hutch. But I want to move this real quick. It needs to be dusted off. Ooh, careful. I think. Uh-oh. Yes, okay. Right. There we go. It feels like those doors, the sliding glass doors, are removable, so when I get to the point where I'm going to move them to its final destination on top of the dresser that's coming in here, which means these two portraits might have to come down unless they fit in between the portraits. I will probably remove the glass rolling doors, so one, they don't pop out and break, or B, two, I don't break them trying to move them out. Right now, as is, since I'm not lifting them much more than a quarter of an inch to get them out of the groove that they're in, I'm not going to worry about those glass doors until later. Because if I have to pick it up, I'm going to have to pick it up off the ground to get it on top of the dresser that's coming in this room. I don't want those sliding glass doors, these doors here, in there, because I don't want to pop them out of whack or have them pop out and shatter into all this glass shatter on me. The last thing I want right now is to deal with broken glass. Alrighty. Yay, I got this wall cleared out for the dresser that we're probably going to try to move tomorrow. I'm probably going to spend, there's what the floor looks like underneath there. And I don't know if you can see the outline here. That's where the buffet was sitting. And that's one of the other reasons why I don't know when we're gonna move the buffet in the bedroom, because what I would like to do is get the dresser out of that room, slide it into its new location, and start ripping carpet up left and right in the bedroom. Because the three things that are really preventing me from ripping up all that carpeting in there, besides the stuff that's still in there, is the dresser, the two dressers, our bed. Everything else can be moved really simple. Now, Jeri-Ann and I have been talking about what kind of flooring to put on top of the subflooring, because you really don't want anything left on top of subflooring for too long, because it will mar up, damage, and cause issues with subflooring. So I'm most likely going to go watch a couple of DIYs about dealing with subflooring and furniture, and how to deal with that stuff. Sorry. Anyhow, I'm done with this section. I'm gonna go sit down, take a break, talk to my wife. Next thing we're probably going to do is we might go into the bedroom to start decluttering and getting all my clothes that we've already gone through. We've already decluttered and purged a lot of our clothing. It's just dealing with the top of my dresser and whatnot, because now let's talk about this real quick. This is going to be my new dresser / wardrobe. No, we're not going to hang a rod in there, because trying to drill a hole for a screw for a rod into this thing would be a real pain in the butt. And the fact that these shelves, all these shelves that you see up in the actual cabinet, excuse me. See if I can open this all the way. Yay. All these shelves, they're permanent fixtures. There is no removing them. I don't even know how he got them in there, because there is no screw holes, peg holes, or anything like that on either side. Like when he built this, the way it almost looks, it looks like he took a giant mahogany log or tree and just started carving the whole thing out. Because these things are not going to move. Not unless you take a sledgehammer or saw or something like that. Now the plan is the very bottom level, this shelf and this shelf, are going to be, we've got bins and ways of keeping clothing from falling all over the place, are going to be on the first three shelves, and the very top one is going to be like decorative pieces, tchotchkes, stuff of mine. The very bottom part, which has movable shelves, or at least one or two of them are movable, one of them is not. That's going to be used for storing like linens or my seasonal type clothing. So instead of using up all the space in the closet for seasonal bins and whatnot, we're going to put them down in the bottom. Jeri's got the plan. I listened to her and I said, sure, that sounds great. But the thing is, the panels that were in here that she made, which is basically two boards, like those flimsy boards that you might buy at the craft shop for your child to make science projects with, has fabric that she glued to. One side is just a pane, just yellow fabric. The other side has got toile, French country chic type decor. I said, if we got any leftover fabric from all the projects you did for me that has wolves on them, that's what's going on there. I don't care if I tack them on the inside, because at one point in time, by the looks of the inside door, if I look at it, there are, let's see if I can get my glasses and see if I can see them without extra lighting. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's little holes along the inside of this cabinet door that, if I remember the story correctly, my mom basically had fabric hanging up on the inside of the door to hide whatever was behind the doors. and then I don't know when they decided to end that little piece of decor, but I don't remember ever having fabric on the inside of these doors. Maybe the guy who built it for my dad in the Philippines had done that, had like put something behind the doors just to hide whatever could be inside. There's two reasons for that. One is a lot of countries, a lot of overseas countries do not have built-in cabinets or built-in closets in their bedrooms. They're just a room to be used as any kind of room. You can use it as a bedroom, you can use it as a playroom, you can use it for whatever. So they don't add closets to some of their rooms because it just takes up some of the wall space on the interior of a home. So instead of using like cutting, you've got an odd shaped room because the other room has a closet that sticks into that other room, they opt for cabinets. And basically, if you're using this cabinet as a wardrobe, armoire, whatever you want to call it, and you don't want everybody who might go through that room to see what's behind the door, you put some sort of shade or fabric or thin piece of wood or whatnot to hide the interior contents. So it's kind of like part of my brain is going, yeah, I want something that I don't want the boards. The reason why I don't want the boards, I'd rather tack up a piece of fabric, is I open the door, I have to remove the board to get inside the cabinet to get whatever I want. Now, if I had a piece of fabric or something like that tacked up on the inside, all I have to do is open the door, reach in, grab whatever piece of clothing I want, and change. So it's kind of like a debate of, are we going to put up the board to hide my clothes, or we're going to put up a piece of fabric, or just leave it as is so I can just reach in there and grab it without opening the door. I don't know yet. That's still in the docket for debate. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. Guys, have a good day. Bye.